Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Technique Tasters brought to you by Creative Scrapbooker magazine. I'm Noreen from Creative Memories, and I'm here to show you how to make this easy but fun Christmas-themed layout featuring our new Christmas charm collection. We're going to be using some of these gorgeous papers in cranberry and green and gold tones, plus a few stickers, and of course some gorgeous embellishments. But the star of this layout really is our new Ribbons and Bows decorative border punch. And you can see how all of our little borders create a great pattern on the background of this paper. So I'm going to share with you how to use our decorative border punches and how to create this layout. So I'm going to be using two of the papers from the Christmas Charm collection. You can see that the one that I'm going to punch has these gold stripes and then a green tree pattern on the reverse. Then I'm going to use a piece of this cranberry sort of starburst or almost like a trellis looking pattern on a piece of avocado cardstock for my base page. And really all of the cutting and punching we're going to do with this piece of paper. So if you have never used our decorative border punches, they're really easy to use, and there's just a couple of things that you have to remember. Just unlock the little mechanism on the back, and that allows the punch to operate. Then you'll notice that we have some black lines printed on the front of the punch, and you can see that they're on the base of the punch as well. The other images on the base of the punch include the image of the punched shape, and you'll also want to notice if it has a little tiny triangle. Those are important because it helps us place our paper exactly in the right spot so that we can punch a gorgeous row of these ribbons and bows every time. Now I like to feed in my paper from this side, but because we've got the two different marks on the punch, you can also feed your paper in from this side. It's just a matter of personal preference. But I'm going to feed it in from this side, and I'm going to match the edge of my paper up with the little black line that's on the front of the punch. So I'm just going to do that. And then with my right hand, I'm going to hold my paper firmly against the lip that is at the back of the punch, and then with my left hand I'm just going to go ahead and punch down, making sure I'm on a flat surface, I'm nice and stable. And then we're just going to move our paper. You're going to see that the bows that we've punched out are coming out on this side, and we want to look for this tiny little green triangle. I hope you can see that right underneath my finger here. And that's what we actually want to match up with the triangle on the base plate of our punch. Because the bows are identical, we need to know how far to move our paper so that the next time we punch, it continues along. So you're going to want to match up, of course, the bows, but you're going to especially look for that little triangle. And once our triangle that's on the paper covers up the triangle that's on the base plate, we know we're in the exact right spot to go ahead and punch again. Then we move, match up the bows, and especially that little triangle, and we just keep going until we've punched the entire 12-inch length of paper. You can go slow, it's not a race here, and when I get to the end, I like to hold the paper on this side so that it comes out correctly. I'm just going to flip this over actually so you can see it just a little bit better. That green trees pattern is a little hard to see. So now you can see we've got all the debris here. I'm just going to move that aside. I'm going to flip this over again so you can see this one more time, and we're going to go ahead and punch 3 more ribbons and bows borders so that we have a total of 4. So I'm just going to start again at the black line and continue across, matching up my bows and triangles until I have all 4 of my borders punched out. So I've just punched my very last border. I've got all 4 done now, and we can clear aside any debris And now we're going to get out our 12-inch trimmer, and we're just going to go ahead and trim this remaining piece of paper after we've punched all 4 borders out. And we're going to trim it into an 8x6 piece of paper and a 4x6 piece of paper. And basically we're going to use those 2 pieces of paper for some photo mats, and then we're going to play with the borders and create some great movement and pattern with them. So I'm just going to open up my 12-inch trimmer here and just trim my paper down to 6 inches wide. Just a little bit left here. And then I can go ahead, turn it, and cut it at 8 inches. And again, I have an 8x6 and a 4x6, which we're going to flip over and use the back side. Now, before I put this away, I actually do have one other piece of paper that I want to cut. And as you can see on the layout, I've used the avocado cardstock as a base and then the red kind of burst paper on top. So what I've done is I've just gone ahead and trimmed off a 1/2 inch from the red paper, and then I've just centered it onto the avocado cardstock. Now you can do this, or you could trim 2 1/4-inch pieces of avocado cardstock and add it on top of the 12x12 red paper. But I just like the extra stability that this gives me, and I'll go ahead and adhere my red paper onto the avocado cardstock, and then we can go ahead and add all of our other pieces. So I'm just adhering this 12-inch by 11.5-inch piece of red onto the avocado cardstock. And then as you can see, we're just going to be placing our 2 pieces of paper, our 8x6 and then our 4x6, which we flipped over, just about there. But let's trim up our borders and then create these fun little stripes at the side of each of these photo mats. So we're actually going to take 2 of our borders and trim them in half. So I'm just going to use the markings on the side, or the top part of my mat here, and I'm just going to use my microchip scissors to trim 2 of my borders in half. And I think I'll start with the green and then just alternate the colors. Let's do our other border. Just right in half of that bow there. And again, just trimming that in half, and then that's going to be adhered just like that. So you can see that that's going to create these fun stripes just off to the side of this photo mat. Now for our other 2 borders, we're actually going to trim them into 3 4-inch sections. So we're just going to put them on here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So super easy. And now I'm going to have some really great little sections of borders that I can put down the side of my larger photo mat. Let's trim this up again. Last one to trim. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here I've got all of my borders cut. So really, really easy. It looks great when you have them all spaced out, and adhered, as you can see on the final sample or the final layout. So you can really see how the sections that we've cut of the ribbons and bows border punches really just draw the eye right across the layout. So I love that real sort of linear focus, but of course it's broken up with some of the paper patterns. And then we just have to add our photos. Because this is a 6x4 now, you can add a 3.5 by 5.5 inch photo. And then down here again, it's 8x6, so 2 3.5 by 5.5 photos will fill that space nicely. Then of course we can come on in with some of our great little embellishments. I love this little joy tag, and we've got Holly Jolly as a great title that we can put up here with another one of our little trees. And then of course we can finish off with some of these fantastic, I love the detail on these, some of these fantastic little presents. So I think that's going to be a really fun layout for you to try, and I hope you have a chance to play not only with the Christmas Charm collection, but especially with the Ribbons and Bows Decorative Border Punch. So thanks again to Creative Scrapbooker magazine for having me here today to talk about the new Christmas Charm collection and to show you how easy it is to create a Christmas themed layout using Creative Memories products and tools. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.